to my channel. It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are going to talk about Jill Dillard because there's been some things going on her Instagram the last week or so that has people convinced, like legitimately convinced, that there is a bun in the oven. Now, generally, I do not speculate about these types of things, and by no means am I implying that she looks any different or has any different sensibilities. But there's been a few things that have happened recently that people believe that she has a baby on the way. Now, we don't know if they were going to have any more children. Derek actually was in an interview earlier this year where he talked to some guy, I can't even remember what his name is. He was on a podcast, you guys. And Derek said that they had not ruled out having another child and that, they had always, thought maybe they'd have a girl, who knows. Derek and Jill, when they first got married, had talked extensively about having as many kids as possible. That kind of changed, obviously, when they became enlightened and reformed, as Derek says on his Instagram. But recently she had a photo. Couple things have happened. One, she had some friends over and they were playing at a jungle gym, and people thought that the way that she was positioned and the way that she was standing appeared as though she might have a little bit of a bump. Then she had a photo of her son, Samuel, and he had a shirt on that said Big Brother. Now, the interesting thing is that she went directly into comments when someone said, Big Brother, are you sure? Like, are you expecting? And she said, haha, no. Samuel just went into Israel's, closet or his dresser, and he picked this shirt out. This was his when he was, when we were expecting Samuel. There's nothing going on here. Now, it's interesting because we've never seen him wear a shirt like that, and it literally said Big Brother on it. So people were then speculating about that. Then she was on a walk on Instagram, and again, it looked like there might have been a little teeny bump. But it was a spot today, an actual Instagram story where she talked about motion sickness, which has some people convinced that this is not motion sickness, but rather that she might be dealing with morning sickness. So on her Instagram, here's the video.
Guys, Sam and I are having one of our favorite snacks. It is chips and apple cider vinegar with salt. Probably not the healthiest thing, but you know what? It tastes great, and it's cheaper than buying salt and vinegar chips. So anyways, a little bit healthier probably with the apple cider vinegar. But anyway, we do this, or we do canned green beans on a plate, drained of course, with vinegar and salt. And it's so delicious. And it actually helps, like, if you're motion sick or something. I don't know if you like this kind of stuff. If you don't like it, it'll probably just make you more sick. But if you like this kind of stuff, you're motion sick, this is like my go-to. Either this, or if I don't have it, then we'll stop at a convenience store and grab some like salt and vinegar chips or dill pickles or something. But yeah, give it a.
And then the video was actually followed by a post on her Instagram, and it said this: Did you see the motion sickness hack video in my stories? My sister Jana enlightened me several years ago to this delicious and slightly addictive snack and motion sickness remedy. All you need are tortilla chips, apple cider vinegar, and maybe a little salt. Dunk your chips in the vinegar and salt if you add it, and enjoy. Eating a little bit of this usually helps settle the tummy if you like that kind of stuff. Other favorites are canned green beans drained with salt and vinegar, sliced lemons with salt, or if we don't have any of those on a trip, we'll just grab some dill pickles or sip juice or salt and vinegar potato chips. What are your favorite tummy settling snacks? Do you or your kids get motion sickness? Comment below. Now, initially, a lot of the comments were just like offering her things that they do, and different medications people will take or different things that they will say. But it was one where people were actually bringing up that these were things that they would do when they were pregnant. Now, Jill did not say that she was. She did respond and say that typically when she has, but her response is interesting because she said, yeah, so a fan said to her this. I don't get motion sickness, but right now I have bad morning sickness and vinegar doesn't sound great. Mint and ginger ale or anything carbs seem to help but not take it away. I only can drink water. Everything else makes me sick. Only 6 more weeks to go. Now, this is an interesting response because this is what she said. Yeah, usually I eat mostly bland things, pretzels or crackers, when I'm morning sick, and occasionally cold lemons with salt. So hard, but glad you're making it through. So it's interesting because, she didn't necessarily deny it, but she said usually when I'm having morning sickness, usually, as though it's something that happens frequently. And, people began to give more and more and more suggestions. On another post where she was talking when she was with her friends and they were playing at the park, someone said this, is Jill pregnant again? One of the photos looks like a slight baby bump and you've just been the angle the photo was taken. And then someone said, that if she's, gained weight, you're basically just saying that she's gained some weight. That's not really nice. Can't you just wait for the announcement? And they said, I'm not calling her FAT. She isn't that by any means. That's why I literally said it may have just been the angle that the picture was taken at, but that gives the effect of a baby bump. And I can wait for an announcement, but it also doesn't hurt to ask. Maybe I missed the announcement, you don't know, but I was not calling her FAT. Any goodness. So I have as well noticed that she has something, but I don't necessarily wouldn't say that she's necessarily carrying anything. You know what I'm saying? But she's talking about motion sickness. Her son has been wearing a shirt that says Big Brothers, and she has photos now where it appears as though something has changed. Again, lots of things can happen here. She might not even want to have other kids. She might not even have other kids. She might not even be pregnant. But the more things that have happened this week on Instagram, people are starting to wonder if she is. Now, interestingly, her sister Joy is pregnant and Ginger is pregnant as well. And the way that she described the motion sickness is that her whole family gets motion sick. And so this seems to be a problem. The issue that I thought was interesting, though, was that she just looked like she didn't feel good and she was at home sitting in the kitchen with Samuel. So I don't know if that was her. I don't know if they had just gotten out of the car and they were just driving and they had just gotten home and then she decided to make these. I don't know if this was just her trying to engage and interact with her audience. I don't know if Samuel had just gotten out of a car and he was feeling motion. I don't know, but it seemed odd. She looked a little bit pale. So maybe she did just get home and drive, but also she was at home. So I don't know. It just seemed like odd to me. I don't know again. And if she's not a thing. She's a beautiful woman and looks gorgeous no matter what happens. But curious situations are happening on Instagram. A son that's wearing a Big Brother shirt and she's talking about motion sickness. And then when somebody asks about pregnancy, she does not deny it. And at least today, and she also just says, oh, but when I feel like that, it's generally because I eat bland food. Okay. So there's been speculation that they can't have any more kids because of complications she had with her previous children. That has never, ever, ever been confirmed. Derek this spring was suggesting that they hadn't ruled out having more kids. So are they in a situation now where they are ready to have an expansion to their family? Are they expanded already? Do we have to wait for the announcement? Obviously, she's not going to say anything unless it's absolutely certain. She didn't say no today, which is interesting, but I don't know, you guys. I thought I'd bring it here. I'd allow you guys to decide what it is that you think, and you can tell me below. Is she or isn't she, or does it even matter? All right, you guys, but this is what the fans are saying. All right, you guys, I'll be back later with more. Bye.